Well, Royal Victories trainer Nathan Cson this morning at the Gallops. Nathan, firstly, hearty congratulations from everybody in the horse racing fraternity on your first July runner.
Thanks very much.
This horse has done you proud, wow. And you've done KZN proud with him. Has he surprised you at any time of his career, or is this what you always expected of him?
I've always thought a lot of him from day one. I always said to Pete from his first run, I said, Pete, we've got a July contender. But so here we are, we're in the July.
Now, he's made Turffontein his own. What's your opinion on his performances here at Hollywoodbets Greyville?
Geez, as a 2-year-old, he's running two in group races here. He ran up second to Cousin Casey both times in group races. He's won the 1900 here. I don't think he's got a problem with Greyville. He seems to take to any course, actually.
Well, riding him, Muzi knows him best. Training him, you're the man for the job. Have you been all systems go with regards to his preparation, no hiccups along the way?
Yeah, he's no hiccups. Thank goodness, he's a nice sound horse. Nice horse to work with. No hiccups. I just didn't give him a prep run, just like I did with the Premiers. I brought him in 7 weeks into the Premiers. Same type of thing I'm doing now with him into July.
But you've had a lot of people that you've worked under that are big names in the industry. So you've got the CV behind you. You know what type of horse it takes to win this race because you've been behind the scenes. But now you're the main man steering the ship. Is this the type of horse that gives you that type of feel?
Yeah, he's definitely one of those, with Paul, with the other ones that I've worked with.
Yes. You've worked with some good ones, Nathan, that have come to win for other stables when you're assistant.
Yeah, some very good ones, especially with Mike.
And this fella now, draw one. I loved it at the barrier position and the final. You guys were ecstatic with the draw.
Yeah, well, you see, as you can see, it's our first time there.
Sure. And the owners and everybody. I mean, you guys got a great bunch together.
Yeah, very great bunch of guys. We have a lot of fun together.
For Royal Victory followers, can you give them some confidence?
Look, I'm very happy with him. I like the draw too. I feel that everyone wants to be on the paint or one off the fence. Obviously, the first bit, Muzi's going to have to hold position, but Muzi's good from draws. Wide, good draw, whatever. Muzi's good out the gates.
All the best.
Thank you.
Without question, number 3, Justin, really nice to see you have Rachel Vinicap.
Yeah, look, she rides this horse particularly well. He's just needed. He was up in Johannesburg for the season, picked up a few problems, and I've had to get him fit, and I had to run him in the race the other day. He didn't get the distance. Back to a 2-2. He'll give those stayers a go.
Ability-wise, would you say is the least fancied of your 3?
Well, that's why he's carrying the weight. But I mean, how many horses do you have run third in the Met,
Sure.
third in the Derby? Not too many. And so on that you have to big race horses. When it comes, I mean, he ran third in the Daily News. Don't count. Everyone always does count him out, but with that weight on, who knows? There's a lot more horses that I think shouldn't be in the race than him, I can assure you.
Well, I hope I'm right. I think it's 5, and all the best trying to make it 6 this year.
I'm running out of time, so let's hope so.
Well, future swing horse number 4. I think the first question and the most important one is, how did Richard come to this decision? Was it discussions behind the scenes, or was it his choice primarily?
Very much his. He believes the horse will get every bit of the 2-2. There's a lot of horses in the race that will never get 2,200 and won't get it in this race and won't get it in the rest of their careers. So I think that's where you've got to start. You've got to start with a horse that is a staying, sort of middle distance staying type. As I talk like that, it probably brings Future Pearl into the race. Yes. He's probably the best stayer in the country. The race is run over 2-2. It'll be very interesting between the two of these. I don't think there's a lot in it. I do think we do have the weight advantage, which is a big thing, 54 kilos. And what I enjoyed today is one of the few horses out there that were actually throwing his legs out. You watch a lot of the horses, they're not as confident in the way they're moving. I thought if you look at that, it was a very impressive galloper. I didn't want a companion. I see everyone bringing their horses here and galloping against the lead ponies. And the horse goes and wins by half the rate, and the punter thinks, wow,
Sure.
But it's beaten the lead pony. I mean, some horses you don't even know who they're actually galloping against. So you've got that option, but I go with the option. I rather want to see them on their own, moving nicely. He was hanging a little bit, we thought, obviously on his own. We'll put a chin strap on him just so Richard's got a little bit more control. I thought possibly one of the better gallops of the day.
When Richard got that record, whilst everybody was ecstatic for him, your emotion, I mean, I could see it from a mile away. And you've had so much of success with him over the years. You followed his career from day one. You've been behind the scenes with him, and you've had success in this race. That must mean a lot that you got a jockey that you've won this race in the past multiple times with.
Look, it's a big thing. It's like Mike de Kock, except his jocks are all retired.
Sure.
They made too much money,
Sure.
like Kevin Shea, and now he's making money on the golf course. So
Sure.
I'm fortunate that I'm still got the same guy that's won all those big races for me. I thought it was fitting. I mean, I helped him get to Hong Kong by giving him top Group 1 rides, and then to help him there. I don't think he needed my help. I think he's going to break the record no matter what. But to do it in the manner and the moment, that made it count.
Happy with this horse, 100%.
Very uncomplicated horse. Very uncomplicated. Got a lot going for him in that his mannerism. All I needed to know that he'd be all right at this track. First run here at the track, never been here, wins the Greyville 1900. It's got to be a tick in a lot of boxes. And as I said, there's a couple horses I'm just worried that might get in the way, and if we get past them, big chance.
Michael, just absolutely fantastic to see your horse this morning. Wow. From a year to now, he's really grown into himself.
Yes, he's developed into a magnificent animal. He's filled out, he's much stronger, and he looks good.
Through all your experience, riding all over the world and now training horses, what do you want to see this morning?
Well, this morning I was happy, with him because I know what I wanted to do with him. I mean, I'm not here to break time records or things like that. I just wanted to put him through his paces. He's a fit horse, and I was happy what I've seen.
Last year, the age that he basically ran the best of the entire field if you consider what he was carrying and where he finished. He's a year older now, and although he's top weight, I mean, he is the number one horse in the country.
He's definitely is. The rating is there to prove it, and I mean, to me, he's the best older horse in the country, and obviously, weight can stop trains. 60 is a big weight to carry, but I think he's classy enough to do it, and I mean, in my mind, that's the only thing that will beat him.
Your communication with Pierre, how does he feel about the horse?
Well, he's very happy this morning, and he said he's tightened up nicely. He's a very idle horse, when he hits the front, as he's seen there, like Pierre said, when he moved to the top of the straight, he said he thought he was going to just leave them for dead, and he said then the ears came up, and, that's why we've put a pair of, blinkers on him, that just makes him to concentrate a bit more. So, but I don't, I like to work them in that because, we like to keep the energy for the race.
Well, between yourself and Pierre and all the years of experience and the success that you guys have achieved on the track, you guys, would you sit together and discuss the race?
That's a funny one.
What will go through between you guys over the next 1.5 hours?
No, I think the worst is I think we'll confuse each other. You know what I mean? No, I mean, listen here. You can't tell him, and I know what I would do, and he knows what he would do.
Sure.
At the end of the day, once we give the jockey a leg up, it's out of our control, and we can just hope and wish for the best. To be honest with you, and he's got experience. I mean that counts a lot, in these big races because nobody gives an inch, and the July is the July, as you know, and so what can we do? We just pray for the best.
Well, from the days of you winning it as a jockey at Super Quality, we wish you all the best as a trainer.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Andre, here with your lovely daughter Begonia that I just got introduced to. Is she your lucky charm?
I hope so, Deez, yeah.
Well, I had a nice long chat with your jockey, and I mentioned to him I don't want to get technical about weights, etc. But you must go in quietly confident the weight you're carrying.
I think you always kind of want an older horse with experience carrying a low weight. So he's carrying the lowest weight he can possibly for his age. So that's terrific, yeah.
Courtney was very happy with his gallop this morning and the preparation leading up to the race. How's your mood?
Also really pleased with the gallop. Wasn't trying to be the best gallop of the morning. We knew where we were going into the race, so just needed the final prep. Really just needed him to enjoy the work, stretching out nicely. Everything went to plan in that regards. I know he clocked 24 seconds plus for the last 400, whereas at home we also time our gallops, and I know he can do sub 21 per 400 in the final gallop. So we know what we have in the horse. We know he gets the trip. Have to deal with the draw, but that's Cornet's job, but he's quite confident he can handle it. So, no, really pleased with the horse.
Do you guys discuss tactics, or you just leave it up to the jock on the day?
Well, have you tried talking to a jockey, Dees? There's not much between the ears generally, but Cornet's okay. Yeah. He's I can deal with. No, we obviously discussed a lot of tactics beforehand, before the gallops. We have a big team with Byron and Callum here. They do most of the work in Natal. So everybody gets a say, and we generally get consensus quite quickly. So that seems to work out often.
Begonia, where will you be watching the race?
Yeah.
So when the horse hits the front, what will you be screaming?
Well, I'd just be very happy, and I'd be screaming my dad's name.
Okay, your dad's name, all the way to the line.
Yes.
Well, all the best on the big day, and hopefully that dream is realized.
Thanks, Dees. Yeah, it's fun to be part of it, and thanks to Hollywood, they put up a great show. So, no, we're ready.
Justin, we just watched the gallop of Double Superlative. How's your mood?
Yeah, very good. Listen, I can tell you now, if I'd had the proper prep, 56 kilos,
yes,
they could have all started now.
Sure.
That's how good this horse is. He's a Met winner, and even in the Met, I didn't have him 100%. He was on the improve. Just a pity one run too short, maybe.
Yes.
But if I had one more run, everyone could start now. That's the level, especially with 56 on his back. I don't think there's ever been a Met winner with 56 on their back in the Hollywoodbets Durbanville. But we may be one run short, but still, you can expect if he doesn't get stuck behind some of the slower horses, he'll be running on strongly.
After that run in the Pinnacle the other day, how's he come on?
Plenty. Just needed the blow. Nothing I could do. I had to take the poison. And I can tell you now, there's not too many horses in the country that can give Get Impressed 10 kilos. We'll see where Get Impressed ends up in his career. Not an easy horse to give 10 kilos, and especially needing the run quite badly. He looks magnificent. Let's see. If he comes on enough, he certainly could be maybe in the firing line. But as I said, there's a few slow horses we've got to get past.
When does your jock arrive, your international jock?
Well, look, I've gone to that point now, where I'm going to be needing international jockeys, I think, pretty much going forward. I'm going to be going that way. There may be news in the future. I will be looking for international riders. If you don't have Richard, you're in trouble. So, yeah, you got to do what's best for your horses.